At the age of 18, I decided to share an apartment with two of my friends. We were juggling our regular jobs alongside online schooling. Pooling our resources, we could comfortably cover the rent. However, life took a different turn over the next year. One of my friends moved out, leaving just two of us to handle the bills. While it was still affordable, it wasn't as carefree as it used to be. After a few more months, my other friend also left. Their departures were not their fault, but it left me in a bind, forcing me to seek alternative housing with my limited income. With my budget, there weren't many housing options to choose from. I was willing to accept anything that offered shelter. Eventually, I stumbled upon a listing for an apartment on the other side of town. It was a modest building with only 8 rooms, and the interior was far from luxurious. Nevertheless, the price was within my means. That night, I met the owner, Jackson, who gave me a tour. The apartment was small and somewhat dated. Jackson explained the quirkiest feature. There was a door in the hallway that connected my apartment to the neighbors. It remained locked from both sides, functioning as a partition wall. For the first few weeks, there was silence on the other side of the door. But then, late one night, I heard peculiar sounds. Thuds and footsteps seemed to originate from the other apartment. Oddly, there were no voices or conversations accompanying these noises. It was disconcerting, but typically happened during the late hours. One evening, I heard an especially loud thud and decided to investigate. Opening my door, I spotted light beneath the neighboring apartment's door, suggesting someone was inside. I hesitated, listening carefully, but the light soon vanished. Despite my uneasy, I returned to my apartment, though the eerie feeling persisted. A few days later, I noticed light and saw a figure peering at me from the nearby bushes. It was a distressing encounter, and the individual vanished into the woods after making eye contact. I remained vigilant throughout the night, leaving at first light uncertain about the strange occurrences. When I reported the situation to the authorities, Jackson, the apartment owner, was nowhere to be found. The mysterious apartment and the events within remained unsolved, leaving me with lingering questions about what truly transpired. I was 19 years old, and this story unfolded a year ago. My parents had chosen to move us to a new location, a small town several hours away, which meant leaving behind the city I'd always known. The new house felt unfamiliar and out of place, located in a tranquil neighborhood with vast stretches of land and old houses. My parents embarked on a business trip, leaving me alone in this new, eerie environment, which felt unsettling to navigate without them. The first 2 days passed uneventfully as I tried to stave off boredom by watching online content. However, on the third day, I ventured outside, sitting on the porch. An unusual occurrence transpired when 2 strangers appeared on the street near our driveway. Initially, I waved, thinking they were neighbors, but their behavior was odd, as they swiftly averted their gaze from me, which raised my suspicions. After they departed, I contemplated their unannounced visit but continued with my day. Late at night, I heard a sound emanating from the front door. It resembled the distinct noise of a door being unlocked, despite my earlier efforts to secure it. I felt startled and remained frozen. As the footsteps approached, I left my room to investigate. It was unsettling, but the intruders made no sound, standing silently just outside the bedroom, before eventually retreating and leaving the house, vanishing into the night. My heart raced, and I wondered about their intentions. After some time, they returned to my bedroom door but left again. At dawn, I discovered the front door wide open. I contacted the police and my parents, but the investigation yielded minimal results. The motives of the intruders remained a mystery, leaving me with a chilling experience and countless unanswered questions. The beginning of winter marked a significant change in my life. Due to work, I had to relocate several states away to a small town I had never visited. I rented an older house without seeing it in person, as the limited options in town left me with few choices. The house was older, and my new neighborhood consisted of a mix of old and slightly newer homes. While it wasn't what I had initially expected, it seemed to be one of the better options available. Late at night, on my first day in the new house, I heard a knock on the front door. Two men were standing there, observing the entrance. Their visit at such a late hour left me with questions. I watched them through the peephole, but didn't open the door. They continued to stand there, showing no signs of leaving anytime soon. The late hour and their presence left me unnerved. After they finally departed, I decided to set up an air mattress in the living room, as sleeping in an empty bedroom in an unfamiliar house made me uncomfortable. At some point, I woke up after only about half an hour of sleep. While still groggy, I heard a soft creaking sound coming from another part of the house. I got up, turned on the light, and found a window slightly open. It was a disturbing discovery, as I couldn't recall if the window had been in that state before. I secured the window and my mind raced as I checked the entire house. In the hallway, I spotted a single scuffed shoe print, confirming that someone had entered my house. I immediately contacted the police, and the investigation revealed that someone had come in through a downstairs window. They had roamed through the house while I slept in the living room, and their intentions remained unclear, leaving me with unsettling memories and countless unanswered questions. Despite the eerie start, no further strange incidents occurred in the house.